Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Mal and I make tumbler tutorials here on YouTube. Today we are going to be making a double vinyl V-split tumbler design, and for this design we are going to be using 2 sheets of pattern vinyl and a decal from my new collaboration with the Vinyl Cottage. I had so much fun putting this together, picking prints, designing decals, and I really love the collection, so I hope that you guys love everything as well. There will be a full supply list of everything I'm using in this video down below in the description box, along with links to all of my social media pages, including my Facebook group and my exclusive mentorship group. So if you'd like to join the Elite fam, you can sign up at the link down below in the box. in the box. Okay, I think that's it. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you love this collection. Let's go!
Alright, before we get started with the video, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all of your well wishes. I'm still very much dentally infected, but I am feeling a whole lot better pain-wise, and I'm excited to get back into the swing of things. I apologize in advance if I talk a little bit funny in this video. I'm still trying to figure out how to talk again. So I'm going to first show you all of the patterns and decals in this collection with Vinyl Cottage, and then we will get into the tutorial. So the first little mini set here is this pink gingham and cows set. We're going to use this in this tutorial today. And then next we have this spring floral mini set. Now all 3 of these items were designed by me. So we've got the decal. This says keep going, keep growing. All of the decals are printed on white ink, so they will really pop on any color background. And I designed all of these things to match with each other exactly. So everything is color matched for super easy coordinating. The next little mini set we have is our kind of Western boho mini set. So the decal for this one is Stay Wild. This is also designed by me, and it goes with both the boho stars pattern vinyl and this super cute cactus vinyl. And then finally, our 4th little mini set is all about the summer vibes. So this decal says, hey good vibes, stay a while. This is a hand lettered decal that I designed. So all 4 decals in this collection were designed by yours truly. And this one is color matched to this super cute retro bus vinyl. And then this pastel tie-dye vinyl. This is printed on transparent, so it will show glitter through whatever you put it on, or if you want to put it on a blank base or whatever. This is transparent vinyl, and it is perfectly color matched to the decal and the retro bus pattern. This collection is available now at the Vinyl Cottage website, so you can go to the vinylcottageshop.com, search MANIANDMAL in the search bar, and you'll find the collection, and you can use my discount code for an additional 10% off. Okay. That's the collection. Let's get into the first tutorial from this collection. So we are going to be making a little double V-split vinyl deal here. So I'm going to start with our super cute cow print vinyl. This one is, I'm so obsessed with it. I love the little cow in her heart sunglasses. I think she's so cute. So we're going to start with this, and we're going to put this on the bottom of our tumbler. So I'm going to cut off all of the white edges from the vinyl, and then I'm going to fold the vinyl in half, and essentially, I'm just going to slice a triangle out of this vinyl. So here I've got my cup. I'm just deciding how high I want this triangle to come. And then I'm going to put it in my paper trimmer and just slice a little diagonal line so that we have a triangle that we can apply to the bottom of our tumbler. Once I've got that cut out, I'm going to take my transparent pink gingham vinyl sheet, and I'm going to basically make this triangle the same size as my cow triangle. This is going to go on top of the tumbler, but this is transparent, so we're going to put a glitter base down so that the glitter shines through, but I'm going to make it the same size. And I did not take into account the glitter and epoxy making it a little bit thicker, so this ended up being a little bit too small. I'll show you later on in the video how I kind of just ran with the happy accident and made it work. But if you're using 2 sheets of regular opaque vinyl, you can cut these down to be the same size and everything will be even and work out just fine. So once I've got my shapes cut out, I'm going to start with the cow print vinyl, and I'm going to wrap that around the bottom of my tumbler. You can see I'm leaving a little bit of space down at the bottom of the cup. We're just going to glitter that and finish it off that way. So I'm going to tape that onto my tumbler. I do not have the backing removed yet. And then I'm going to take the pink gingham and do the exact same thing. And now you can see here it would work out perfectly if this was opaque vinyl, but because the glitter and epoxy made the cup a little bit thicker, this vinyl ended up being a little bit too small for this perfect proportion. So anyway, I'll show you later how to fix that, but basically what I'm doing here is just making sure that everything fits perfectly. And once I'm ready with that, I'm going to go in and apply the cow print vinyl to the bottom of my tumbler. So I cut away a little bit of the backing from one of the corners of my triangle, applied that to the cup first, and now I'm just smoothing the vinyl on. A little bit of the way through, I wrapped the vinyl around with the backing still on, just to make sure that we were on the right track and that everything was straight. And now I'm just going to finish smoothing the rest of it onto the cup. Now we're going to move into the middle V section on our cup. So I'm going to take that gingham pattern vinyl and I'm going to just kind of tape it in place so that we can use it as a guide for taping off this middle V section. So I'm going to secure the vinyl on with a piece of painter's tape. Again, the backing is still on my vinyl, so I'm just going to tape that on, and then I'm going to take some really thin painter's tape and tape off that edge where it would meet up with the vinyl, as you can see there. And then we will remove the vinyl and tape off the section so that we can paint this middle V split area. I hope that makes sense, but you'll see what I'm doing in the video and that will be better than my explanation. Now that we've got our section all mapped out, we can go in and base paint. We're going to base paint this middle V and the bottom of the tumbler with the same color. So I'm going to use Turquoise from the Delta Ceramcoat acrylic paint brand. They're my absolute favorite. They have amazing coverage and they're very affordable. So I'm going to go in and mix it with a little bit of the glitter glue from Crystalac and paint the V and the bottom with this paint, and then we're going to go in and glitter it. The glitter I'm using is Kaneohe from Peachy Olive Glitters. This is one of my absolute top favorite colors. If you don't have it, you need it. It's the perfect like mint Tiffany blue color. Oh, it's so beautiful. Immediately after glittering, I'm going to remove all of the painter's tape from my tumbler, set it aside, and let it dry for a full 2 hours. I'm not going to seal these glitter sections before I move into glittering the top V section. I'm going to just seal everything at the same time at the very end. Now moving into the top V portion of our tumbler, I'm going to base paint this first with the same Delta Ceramcoat white acrylic paint. I'm going to do a pretty thick coat just of the paint by itself first. I'm going to let that dry for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then I'll go in with a second coat. I'm going to mix a little bit of the white paint with the Crystalac glitter glue as the adhesive for my glitter. The glitter we're going to be using for this section is Bougie from Peachy Olive Glitters. You can use any white that you have. I chose Bougie because it has a little bit of extra silver sparkle in there that I think will look really pretty under the transparent vinyl. I let this sit and dry for another 2 hours, and then I sealed all of my glitter in individual sections with the 50-50 mix of crystalline glitter glue and water. Let that fully dry another 2 hours, and then I added 2 coats of epoxy. So my cup is pretty much all smooth by now. If your cup is not totally smooth at this point, you'll want to go in and do all of your sanding, get your cup as smooth as you can, and then go in with another very thin coat of epoxy before you apply your transparent vinyl, because anything you have that's dull or scuffed up underneath your transparent vinyl will not go away with epoxy. So make sure that your surface is pretty much perfectly smooth and shiny before you apply your vinyl. Okay, so now going in with my pink gingham vinyl, you can see there is a little bit of a white gap where the tumbler expanded, I guess, with the glitter and epoxy. Obviously it got a little bit thicker, so this piece does not perfectly fit in the section that we had outlined previously. So what I did to combat that, I just kind of thought, you know, I might as well just run with this. This is kind of a happy accident. It ended up looking really cool in the end. So I'm going to apply this like normal, like I originally planned. So I just kind of lined everything up, and I have a little bit of excess up at the top. I just decided to go with that so that I could really work with this middle section. If you don't have this gap in the middle area, you can just line up that top edge of your vinyl with the top edge of your tumbler, and you won't have to cut off all of this excess. I did have a little bit of wrinkling and crinkling up at the top that I tried my best to get rid of. There's still a little bit of it under epoxy, but it's okay. Nobody's perfect. So I am using my heat gun to kind of try to fight those little crinkles, but anyway, I'm going to trim off all of this excess, and then I'm going to move into the striping for this middle teal section. So I'm using silver textured metallic vinyl from Cricut, and I'm going to map out this middle teal section and then try to figure out what I want to do with the little bit of white gapping that we had. Now I thought about possibly doing a thin cow print vinyl strip and then maybe glittering it a different color. And then I decided I was just going to roll with the white. So what I did was measure how big this little gap was. It was about 1/4 of an inch. And so I just trimmed off all of the excess vinyl from that little gap to make sure that it was an even 1/4 of an inch around. I didn't record that part, but I just took some 1/4 inch painter's tape, used that as a guide to make sure that that middle section was even. And then I added a coat of epoxy to my tumbler. And now I'm going to stripe out that little middle white section the same way we did with our mint glitter section. Now I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I think it was definitely a happy accident. I really like how this looks. It kind of just elevates the entire design, and you could totally replicate this if you wanted to recreate this exact same design. So once I was finished striping it out, I was ready to move into our decal application. Now the decal we're using is a little Western themed howdy howdy howdy, and we're going to put it directly onto that pink gingham. Now I'm going to cut away all of this excess clear around the decal. This is totally not required. This is just personal preference. You can peel this right off the backing and apply it to your tumbler. And because all of this is clear and the decal is printed on white ink, all of that clear, all of the edges and everything are going to essentially disappear under epoxy, which is amazing. Once I've cut away all of the excess, I'm going to tape one edge of the decal down on my tumbler, make sure that it's even, and then I'm going to remove about half of the backing. I'll cut that away and then smooth the rest of the decal onto my tumbler. Essentially, we're using the hinge method to apply this. Look how bright that is. Look how vibrant the colors are. Oh my gosh, these are so amazing. So I'm just going to smooth the rest of the vinyl onto my tumbler, and then we will be ready to finish this guy off. One last thing I'm going to add is a little circle of the same cow print pattern vinyl onto the bottom of the cup. This is totally not necessary. I just wanted to add a little bit of an extra detail. And once I've done that, I'm going to move into my final coats of epoxy. For the first coat of epoxy over the vinyl, I added a little bit of Neve from Peachy Olive Glitters. It's a really pretty extra fine cut, and I added that into about 20 milliliters of epoxy just to give the whole thing a little bit of an extra sparkle. It also helps hide any imperfections. And once that was cured, I went in with 1 coat of regular epoxy right on top of that. And this is the final result. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are not already. And make sure you shop my new collection with the Vinyl Cottage. I'll have a link down below in the description box for you to get your hands on these vinyls. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye.